Today, we're diving into the story of Yokoyama Midori. He's a longtime Japanese internet streamer who found himself in a very public and very modern form of exile. You see, after a 17-year career, he was basically cast out from the community he helped build. And his desperate fight to get back in, well, that was broadcast for the whole world to see.
And that's him, right there, live on his stream. You can just feel the desperation in that quote. It's this raw feeling of being pushed out by the very people he considered his peers. So, to really get why he's at this breaking point, we need to rewind a little and look at the string of failures that led him here.
You know, Midori's problems didn't just pop up out of nowhere. They really snowballed after two huge public L's that left him totally isolated, not just from his fellow streamers, but from his own audience too.
Okay, so his first big disaster, it was political. He decided to run for a seat in Japan's parliament, and, well, he lost. Badly. He only got about 25,000 votes. And this didn't just kill his political dreams, it turned him into a total punchline in the online world, where he used to be a star.
Then, the second hammer dropped. After 17 years of streaming on the platform Nico Nico, he got permanently banned. Just like that. His main channel, his connection to his fans, his income. Poof. It was gone. So now he's down on his luck, and he is desperate for any small win, any way at all to get back in the community's good graces.
And his big chance for a comeback? It's this high-profile gaming event called the Nico Nico Old Folks Club. It's basically a server for all the veteran streamers to get together and compete. But here's the thing, this isn't really about a game. For Midori, this is all about trying to reclaim his social standing.
The event is built around the game Rust, and the rules are simple and just absolutely brutal. You get into 4-person teams to survive and fight. The main way you rack up points is by killing your opponents and collecting their skulls. So in a game where teamwork is literally everything, being alone is a death sentence.
So as the event got closer, all the other veteran streamers started teaming up. Every major leader found their players, filled their rosters, and then you had Midori. His row on the list was just question marks. He was the only one left.
So what does a guy like Midori do? Exactly what any streamer would do. He turns his frantic, last-ditch search for a team into content. He starts calling up other streamers live on air, letting his viewers watch every single painful rejection as it happens.
He kicks things off by calling Mika Neko, a streamer he thought was a friend. He asks her to team up, and she just hits him with, "Oh, I already have a team, it's just not announced yet. Sorry." But the real sting? He knew she'd been leaving his private messages on read. The rejection was polite, sure, but it was ice cold. Next up, he calls Kurokin, and Kurokin gives him this really technical-sounding excuse. He says there's a firewall, and that Midori would have to get past that first. I mean, come on. It's basically a polite way of saying, dude, you're just not worth the trouble.
And then comes the final, most crushing blow. He gets a call from a really big deal team leader, Futen, who tells him, flat out, "We decided on our 4th member. It wasn't you." The message at this point could not be any clearer. Nobody wants you.
So with every respectable door slammed right in his face, Midori is left with one last, and believe me, very dangerous option. He has to consider an alliance with the only other person that nobody wants to play with.
He finds out there's another solo player out there, a streamer named Horishi who's also looking for a partner. But here's the catch. Horishi has a reputation, and it's not a good one.
See, Horishi is what you'd call a notorious griefer. He's a player who lives to create chaos and make other people miserable. He steals supplies, he bombs people's bases, he even killed another team's horse just for laughs. But the act that really made him infamous? He trapped the streamer Mika Nico in her own base by changing her door password to her real-life ex-boyfriend's birthday. Just brutal.
So this is the big dilemma, right? You've got Midori, the political outcast, with one last shot to compete. But to do it, he has to team up with Horishi, the digital griefer, a player who might be even more hated than he is. So what do?
Is it better to go down with some dignity or to try and win by teaming up with a monster?
And this is where his personal drama turns into something really fascinating. It becomes this perfect example of how social currency and reputation actually work in the digital world. It's not about the official rules. It's all about the unwritten fear of who you're seen with.
It turns out other players don't just see Midori as a washed-up streamer. They actually have a slang term for him, Tokyu Jibutsu, which translates to a special grade cursed object. It's a term from anime, used for something so powerfully cursed that it brings disaster to anyone who touches it. His bad reputation is literally seen as contagious.
And this idea, it trickled all the way down to his own viewers. You can see this comment from his stream, calling him a debuff. That's a gaming term for a character who actually makes their own team weaker. Think about that. His passion, his intense desire to participate, that was now being seen as his biggest liability.
So what this whole struggle really shows us is that in these tight-knit online worlds, the unwritten rules are everything. The fear of being tainted by association, of getting someone's bad reputation on you, can be way more powerful than any official ban. It creates this kind of quiet, social exile, where the community doesn't even need to kick you out, they just freeze you out.
And that leaves us with this final, kind of haunting question. In a world where so much of our social and professional lives are online, where these communities can feel like our entire world, what is the ultimate punishment? Maybe it's not getting banned or kicked out. Maybe, just maybe, it's being left utterly and completely alone.